like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe Word with Jason Rouse.
Hey, this is Jason Rouse, and welcome to the Safe Word Podcast. Oh yeah, you're gonna need a microphone.
Help, right?
I totally
okay, there
forgot
we go.
about
Now it makes more sense. I'm like, I got these headphones on, and
no
there
sound.
should be a microphone here in our future.
The show is I just have the guest.
Ambient noise.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Because I've known you for a decade.
Yeah.
No, longer.
Maybe longer, because I
14
think we
years?
met through Russell Peters. This must have been in 07, 08, so
Yeah,
however long
I
that
just
is.
moved to LA,
Yeah.
and I remember vaguely at the Laugh Factory.
Yep.
And you just moved to LA.
I moved there in May of 06. I'm Rajiv Satyal. I am a comic. I live in LA, and I'm here with the lovely Jason Rouse
Nice.
at his place here, man. This is pretty sick. Never
It's
seen anything
cool.
like it.
This is what happens when you get old and you don't have children. You turn your house into a wax museum.
There's a lot of skulls.
There's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm by far finished turning this into... Because Pee-wee's Playhouse made such an influence on me.
I could see that.
And Sesame Street.
Right.
The Muppet Show.
Yeah, Electric Company.
Electric Company, for sure. Anything...
3, 2, 1 Contact.
I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the Electric Company.
Yeah. No, hardly anyone gets an Electric Company reference. I'm
Ooh.
glad you got that.
Whoa.
People are like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, it was a show just like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and they don't seem to remember it.
All right, I'm going to throw you for a curve.
Here we go.
You can't do that on television with Alanis Morissette.
Yeah. That was her first TV credit. I
Yeah.
think. You would know that as a fellow Canadian.
Yeah, we have to. They actually give us 6 Alanis Morissette questions before they'll actually give you your Canadian passport back.
It's funny you say that, because one of the questions I love to ask people, I love trivia. I tend to ask people, what are the 5 other things her hand is doing? She's got one hand in her pocket. What are the other 5 things?
Hey, you know what? Leave her alone. Okay,
I
she's
know,
been
it's
through
not
enough.
a dirty joke. I'm saying there in that song, she says there are 5 other things, and I always want to know if people can get it. You don't have to play the game right now.
No,
it's your show.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Alanis, you know, when Jagged Little Pill came out,
Yep. 93, 4?
first of all, we hadn't seen a breakout artist, female artists like that since Tiffany and Debbie Gibson.
Yeah. I think
And-
we're alone now.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
I think I got one of my early erections watching that music video.
I would believe it. She
And-
was very attractive. As was Debbie Gibson.
She posed in Playboy.
Later, yeah, when her career started to tank and she was losing the iteration that would later become Britney, Christina, and all the rest of them, she was
But
losing
that's
to
how
Debbie
that
Gibson, and then
cycles,
she...
though. The only one that ever held on to that is Dolly Parton.
Yeah, she never posed for Playboy.
No, and she also wrote her own songs.
Yeah, she's one of the most prolific, also cover artists. I just found this out. She
Mm-hmm.
covers a lot of records. I never knew that. Like, she's a lot of
You know
original stuff.
why? Because
talented.
her fingerprint on all her shit is so uniquely her. Like when Johnny Cash covered 9 Inch Nails. It wasn't Trent songs. Yeah.
Today. Yeah, it's so good. It's really good. I
Whatever
still
she
think
touches,
the Nin,
she owns.
Yeah, I still think the Nin version of Hurt is better just because of the fade out being so strong. But Johnny Cash's Crown of Thorns version is... Can I say that in Texas? I think you have to just default say Johnny Cash.
Did you say Johnny Cash what?
I think the Nin version, I think the 9 Inch Nails version of that song, is the original is still better. But I like the Johnny Cash version. I do. But
I've never
Fred
even
Ruster's
heard
from
anyone
Ohio.
say this. Oh, yeah. Look at, hey, Pretty Hate Machine is probably in my top 5.
It's a phenomenon. I mean, Broken, Fixed, it's Downward Spiral. They're all incredible. The
Yeah.
Pretty Hate Machine. That was the first one, I think.
That was the first one. I think there was
89,
some. I think the singer guitar player from Filter was in 9 Inch Nails for that. Had like a whole video.
Such a good track.
Yeah.
I heard that song the first time when I got to Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland. That's where I went to undergrad.
A reserve university? Is this military university?
It sounds like it would be. It was Western Reserve, which is a female school, and Case Institute of Technology, and they merged. It was a male-female.
They merged in the middle of your academic year?
No. That would have been crazy had that happened.
That first year of fucking in school?
Would have been nuts. Yeah, quite literally. But no, it was, I've lost my train of thought. Trent Reznor. Filter.
Yeah,
Head Like a Hole.
Ohio bias.
First time I heard Head Like a Hole was in a club in Cleveland. Everybody lost their minds. Everybody got down and bowed on I was like, is this a seance? What is this?
Yeah. White people do get into a herd very quickly. Yeah. It's, well, you've ever seen them line dance?
That's we're in Texas.
Yeah, you can see that kind of mob mentality. Like in the middle of a bar fight, if you put some line dancing music on, it will dissipate into a line, and you'll just see it's like a snake charmer.
Now you're talking my people.
Yeah. Have you ever been around reptiles? Now, your people, what are your people?
My people, well, I'm Indian. I'm Punjabi.
Barely.
Hey, I'm defending Ohio. Trent Reznor over Johnny Cash. I'm clearly more Ohioan than I'm Indian.
Hey, I'm actually, by default, Sri Lankan because of your Ohioisms.
I believe that. I
don't know how that
from that part of
mathematically
Kentucky,
works.
Yeah, to the Sri Lanka. Sure, why not?
So, you are...
yeah, I'm the Donka color Willy Wonka with a bad bitch that came from Sri Lanka.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, if you want to rap some MIA, I can do it. No, I'm copping. I'm doing a cover. I'm Dolly Parton right now.
So, Ohio or Cincinnati.
You remembered, yeah.
Trent Reznor. You were actually probably, were you out of high school? In college when that came out, I guess, right?
Yeah, I was...
what were you in 88?
In 88, I was in 6th grade going into 7th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was right in the forefront of all the music that was coming down the pipe.
Yeah, it was down the pike.
Pike.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to explain myself before you're condescending. Hey, look it. I went to school in an all-boys school in the city of Hamilton. I'm lucky I've forged a career out of anything.
Especially one based in words.
Dude, I have an award, a writing award.
Do you? From your high school?
No, I won like a Canadian Emmy Award for writing and performing.
Oh, I should know this. It's nowhere, there's just skulls everywhere, but there's no Emmy.
My mother has it because I want to go visit her in heaven.
Oh.
That's why I've also been working with my friend Jarrett, who's stuttering. Have you seen his performances lately on the Kill Tony show?
Oh, no, okay, I know who you're talking about. So he's your boy.
He's my boy. I'm getting Canadian refugees here from Canada to stay with me and chase their dream. Because there's nothing in Canada. There's nothing.
That's why my wife, she was born in Toronto and she grew up in Texas. So you could have taken her in.
Yeah, I could have adopted her, but she doesn't need a green card.
No, she doesn't. Did
she ever?
No, she came here when she was 3. But as we started dating, I asked her that question. I'm like, you don't need a green card, do you? Like, you're a citizen. She was like mildly offended by that.
Yeah, well, that's an asshole American thing to say to somebody on a first date.
It is. It wasn't a first date, but it was prior to the first date. It might have been a Zoom call, before or a FaceTime.
Do you kind of strike me as the person like on a first date? Maybe this happened. Maybe the first date you were dating your wife, where you go, I need to get some things off the table here before we move forward.
Absolutely.
I want to do this with a clean conscience.
Yeah.
I can't occupy my brain with what ifs and what might be's. I need to know can you tell me now what your name is?
Yes.
Miss?
All the romanticism is just yanked right out of it.
Was she a wild young lady back in the day?
She might have been, because she has never told me those stories. Yeah. And therefore, when they don't tell you those stories, they either don't exist or they don't want you to know.
Well, that's the thing, too, is now that she's become a mother, congratulations. You have a 9-month-old young boy or a lady, a young man?
Young boy. But you never know. They could transition.
Sure.
This day and age, you're just a jump ball, as Bill Maher said.
As Johnny Cash said, a boy named Sue.
Boy named Sue. That's right.
That doesn't even carry any weight now. You can lipstick up your son and push his balls back behind his legs. Yeah. Call him Marianne. But it's almost old-fashioned now.
Who did that joke recently? They said that Caitlyn Jenner was now going to have his own show. No, or on Fox. So they're like, now they have 2 Tuckers.
Okay, I get it. It's a play on words, right?
Yeah, but it's pretty strong. It's not my joke.
I'm not good with words.
The reason I brought up my wife in that when I corrected your English was because I told her I'll be correcting her English now in front of her son because I don't want him to pick up on bad habits.
Did you say her son or your son?
Our son, but maybe I said her son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because you don't want to be the villain.
I don't want to be the villain, but she says just her grammar isn't perfect and mine is, so.
You have perfect grammar. Why you, would you have awards?
No, I have no
reading?
Emmy to back that up.
No, but you what was your academic accolades to generate such a confident, grammatically challenging position here?
I got a perfect on my ACT English.
I don't even know what ACT
No one
is.
does. That's what people are like, it wasn't the SATs, so get out of here, bitch. We're not interested in your ACT score.
I've never even seen an STD. I've seen STDs,
I haven't
but
seen one.
I haven't seen an
I've seen the effects of one.
What is an ST? What did you
An
say?
ACT?
No, the
SAT.
The one that everyone knows, SAT.
Yeah.
Is it social?
Scholastic aptitude test?
Is it an aptitude test?
Yeah, but it's an aptitude, whereas the ACT was I can't. This is what you when you get a nerd
I
on the
want to learn
show.
something
This
today.
is amazing. Where are we? An achievement. ACT is an achievement test. So in other words, and the SAT measures your aptitude, like your natural ability. As a comic, right? There are people who just have talent, and then there are people who are skilled. There are people who are just, they weren't really that funny, but they worked at it.
Yes.
So if you get a higher score on your ACT than the SAT, you might have just studied really hard, but you might not be that bright. But because there are comics out there who
I was told David Beckham did that.
Oh, is that right?
He
just
just practice.
What changed is back in the 80s, 90s, the Michael Jordan model, which was he wasn't good at free throws, and so he just practiced until he got to 86%, right, in the NBA. But later, Andy Roddick, the tennis player, he would just run around his backhand. He's like, I suck at backhands. I'm just going to turn it into a forehand. So the philosophy changed. Like all of a sudden it was now discover your strength. So what? If you suck at something, why torture yourself?
Yeah.
If you're terrible at it, and you think it's coming down the pipe, don't let some bald-headed Indian guy walk into someone else's apartment and tell you how to talk.
Yeah.
Tell him it's pipe, and you can go shove it up his pipe.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing too. If you're not, that's why mixed martial arts. It's mixed. You bring in people that specialize in certain aspects of that sport, train specifically till you get the result, and then switch lanes and train these tools. So you have a broader set of skill set. Some of your strengths might be in some other people's lives.
I hadn't thought of that. Stand-up comedy is similar, right?
I would never learn Photoshop. I will never learn Photoshop.
Right.
But I know a lot of people that are really good at it.
Same. I'm not an editor, and people are like, you need to be good at all of it. And I go, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be as good of an editor as my friend Carrot. He can edit really well.
And he loves doing it.
And he likes doing it.
Because he loves money. And I pay him. So I don't have to spend 150 hours to figure out how to set up my password.
Right.
Because that's what it would do.
Yeah, and then they would change it. They'd make you change it.
I thought I'd go through life with maybe 3 passwords.
No. It was 1, and now you have to change it. You have to put an exclamation point or a question mark, or you have to keep modifying it.
How many application on top of application on top of application? The amount of gateways. Every time I check into something, and uneven knowingly sometimes, I still don't know why the Starbucks, I almost puked.
Yeah.
The Starbucks.
You're that taken aback by passwords.
The Starbucks makes me nauseous.
Makes you puke.
It's the way that it's almost like a barcode on the back of your neck to show, because it used to be, I had everything set up for face scans.
Yeah.
And then once you get a new device and things don't transfer over, now I'm fishing through trying to find what those fucking passwords were.
Also, your face has changed 5 times since we've been hanging out. There was no hat, then there was a hat, now there are glasses, now there's headphones, you got teeth, you got a lot, you have a lot of faces, the many faces of Jason Rouse.
Mr. Potato Head was my son.
Yeah. Weren't they offended now? They canceled Mr. Potato Head because there was a Mr.
Did you ever see Igor?
Igor?
Yes.
Who's Igor?
Igor came out, I think before, or no, probably around the same time as Mr. Potato Head.
Like early 80s?
Late 70s.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's way back.
And it was a haunting.
Igor Stravinsky, that's the only Igor I know.
Igor, I'm going to show you a picture of this. It was an old man with a blue smock, and you could use clay and stick on noses. It's the sky stuff.
It's
Was it
sort
you?
of ringing a bell. It seems totally like something you would know. And by the way, I don't know if your almost puke was a result of maybe an entire cheesesteak followed by a DQ
I know.
ice cream. I saw you, Alice. Oh my gosh. You were like, you want some ice cream? I'm like, I can't do it, man. I'll take a cup of coffee.
No,
The
they
cheesesteak
can't.
was
Is it
good, though.
Igor? Igor
Stravinsky is the only one I know.
Igor was a kid's toy. It might be early 80s, I'm not sure, but
It does sound familiar, but I would not have
it
guessed
looked like
that.
a early test model for Fleshlight.
For Fleshlight, I heard about that. That just came out, I believe. Yeah. It's hilarious.
Hey, how do
Speaking
you
of
think
STDs.
you do a lot of corporate work?
I used to. Yeah. I used to. Before this podcast came
I
out.
have friends who I've worked with and started out doing comedy with who do corporate. I have no idea what that world is. I did 3 corporates in my 25-year career, and one of them was a funeral in Denmark for a dead guy. It was
He
part of his
couldn't protest.
wake. He got up and protest.
Yeah.
He got up and walked out.
You got it. Yeah. You were that offensive.
I asked him
You walked the room.
if we could weekend at Bernie's this guy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool? If
At your
I
own
dragged
funeral.
a corpse around and did one-liners for the families,
Why not? His last hurrah.
but it's all the stitches are snapping because they sew
Yeah.
up your mouth and your asshole so you don't turn into a fucking whoopee cushion, ruin the whole party.
Oh, they do that, right?
Yeah, they sew up your asshole, especially when I go to the funeral.
Get one more in.
I haven't been to a funeral in ages.
I wonder why. They probably are
Have you-
disinviting you.
When was the last funeral you went to?
You know, it's
your
funny you asked
parents
that.
are dead.
No, they are alive, and I've never been to a funeral in my entire life.
Really?
Can you believe that? Knock on wood, I'm 46.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of wakes.
Yeah.
That light had gone off for a while. I don't know if that's good or bad. Now it's
that-
flashing red.
It just means I haven't turned it on yet, but this is all rehearsal.
It'd be so incredible. if
That
were the
camera
case.
hasn't worked in a year.
Oh, you're like, why should the police come? No one's called them. I have never been to a funeral, which is insane to say. I've been to a couple of wakes.
Yeah.
But I've been very, very lucky up to
Yeah.
this point in life, which is crazy.
Have you not, and no one's died?
No one that close to me. I've had a couple of friends die, and I went to the wakes, but
Comics?
I wasn't. Yeah, but no one close enough where I would go to the funeral.
Yeah.
I mean, people we know,
Yeah.
I'm sure, have died, but I wasn't
A
like
bunch.
A bunch of
A bunch of
them have
comics.
died, but I didn't go. But
Yeah.
you did.
No. No, I don't get invited. I don't get invited to anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had people have had parties that I never got invited to. I never get invited.
Well, with
I bring a different energy to anybody's party.
Yeah, I would think that.
And I
yes.
usually bring energy with me to people's party.
and then take some with you.
No. I'm not vampiric.
Okay.
In that sense.
You pump it in.
It's not even, I'm always pumping.
You're always you have more to give.
I'm not even giving it. It's just like
It's an aura that you carry.
an aura, except
Yeah.
it's broken glass and hooker piss
Yeah.
in a hairdryer right in your eye.
In some
That's
order.
an aura. It's
Yeah.
more of an odor. That's more
Yeah.
of an odor.
An odor and an aura. So
Did
you can do
have
what you can do
Did
wordplay.
you go to your wife's calling you to block you?
Yeah, she probably is. If this is live, I've been
Nine
canceled by
years
her.
of marriage.
7, but it's funny that you've asked me that 3 times, and every time you add a year. we were at the cheesesteak place. You're like 7 years, and we're at DQ. You're like, you've been married 8 years now, and we come over here. It's
I
9.
just want to know if you're paying attention.
I am paying it. I think so.
Have
yeah.
you done acting?
A little bit. I'm more auditioning than acting, but
How are you memorizing dialogue?
I'm very good at it.
Yeah, I thought so. I
Yeah.
wish I had that tool.
Yeah, I'm very good at it.
I've done very little of it, and it's very difficult for me to hold a scene.
Do you do that trick that actors do where they record the other person's lines in their iPhone or whatever it is, and then
I've tried that,
to try that.
to give rhythm.
Yeah.
But then because there's so many different pieces of this puzzle. Mm-hmm. Like stand up, you're really spoiled. It's you.
Yeah.
On stage doing
There's no
your
script.
thing, and in a film, you've not only got a dozen plus people waiting for you to do that thing at that moment and trying to put some heart into it, and say it properly in the right spot at the right time, and then do that over and over again.
Yeah, keep hitting that mark.
It's difficult.
It is difficult.
Because you know where the line is where Daddy pees.
Right.
Daddy pees on the line.
Yeah, just like the hooker piss.
Just like the hooker piss.
They
That
don't
is a different
stay on
kind
the
of
lines.
odor altogether.
Yeah, or an aura.
Skittles and Lunchables.
Yeah.
And then
Lunchables. Yeah, I remember Lunchables.
trucker come by the ladle. They keeps them all, because the semen is so laced with speed from these guys smoking meth and driving truck that
Yeah, they
she's
can't
up
piss for
all
so
night.
long.
Yeah, she loses all her teeth by association.
Yeah.
She doesn't even smoke meth. It's just that greasy banana load that bleaches her teeth right through to her gums.
And yet very little in the way of swear words. You're right. You can really do the mental acrobatics.
I am
to paint the
babysitting
picture.
children now. 2 for $1.
He skipped the corporate gigs and went right to the nannying
Babysitting.
job.
Do you
He's an
ever-
au pair.
I want to come.
He's a Swedish au pair.
Can I open for you on your next gig?
Yeah, I'd say close maybe. Let me get the check first, and
Let's go to.
Procter
What would be a
Gamble.
worst case scenario
What would be the worst case scenario? I
for
would
you?
say probably.
By the way, one of your friends stopped by and he's going to do 5 minutes off the top, and you're like, one of my friends,
Yeah, and it'll be
and
you.
they'll be like, Jason something,
Jason is like.
and then the lady storms away.
Yeah.
And you're just standing there going, Jason.
Which Jason is that?
Jason Charles? Jason. And then they go, please welcome the stage. First of all, this is a gig that you've been doing every year for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
9 years.
Like marriage, yeah.
10 years.
10 years now. We're upgrading.
10 years in a row.
Yeah.
And you quickly realized the guy that's about to step on stage with the suit and the fake mustache is moi.
Is Jason
Doing
Rouse.
his one night only character, Mr. Shit Whiskers. And it's just me and a jar of Nutella and a can of cream corn. And I just keep mouth fucking myself while the corn and peanut butter is rolling over my wrist. I'm banging my head on the stool. And I'm like, you guys don't like prop cam? And I have a stroke. And
You can't even get the words out, yeah.
I fall into the audience. And the lady comes over and goes, can you go up now?
Okay.
What's your first
where would
line?
be the worst place? Oh, what would I say?
This is a golf country club at 4
Okay.
o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
These people, first of all, this is a $300 a plate event.
Right.
Okay.
That they've now refunded because they find you so revolting that they have.
They haven't even got recovered yet.
Yeah, they have
They're telling
roused.
you, listen, he's one of yours.
You got to go
You
save
fix
this.
it.
You go fix it now.
Fix it.
And I go up there
This
after
is
you just said
this
that.
is like Chris Rock getting smacked.
yeah.
But it's not physical. But you still have to go deal with someone else's bullshit in front of a group of people who
What
are
do I
actually.
say?
Listen, first of all, that company gives you a summer home.
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna
2
say,
weeks in
this is
Florida. Like it's a gig.
This pays half my mortgage.
Yeah, and you've had dinner with his wife. You've been making nice. His kids are playing with your kids, and Mr. Shit Whiskers. First of all, the ass is cut out of the suit, and I keep mudsawing myself with my ass to the audience.
Oh, so you continue.
No. But this is
Okay.
all I didn't want to build on what. But you get the gist of it.
Yeah, I get the gist of it.
It lasts 3 minutes.
Okay. So you don't even do your full 5.
No, I only had 3 minutes.
Okay. That's probably what I would start with.
She thought
I would
5
say,
minutes.
I thought he was doing 5.
5 mud saws.
Yeah. 5. Yeah. It's got it in the contract. Let's get him up here for another 2. Right. So do you want me to run an extra 2, or should we cut the show by 2? That's what I would be more concerned about the fact you didn't fulfill your contract.
Comes over, grabs you by the hand,
Yeah.
and pulls you in close and goes, he didn't do 5.
Yeah.
Can you pick up the next 2? Some old lady.
That's right.
And she
Yeah.
just has this look of like, you can save us.
Yeah. That's it.
What is your first line?
I think that's it. I would say
Chris
I thought he was
Rock-
supposed to do 5.
But that's too inside.
It's too what?
It's too inside.
Oh, it's too inside.
The audience have just watched. Look, there was no feces,
yeah.
but the
Yeah, what
ass
did
was
I
cut
say?
out of the suit.
Yeah.
And there was cream of corn and peanut butter, and it was done in a phallic, What's
You're not phallic.
Scatological. scatological, fecal way, yeah.
In a very fecal way.
Yeah, so you got to figure cream corn and peanut butter squished between a guy's fingers.
Yeah.
But as well as squishing it through his teeth at
like the guy
audience.
in Training Day that he describes. The guy who like took a peanut butter and ate it. Remember Training Day, Denzel Washington? And he goes, the judge fell for it, that he pretended he was insane, the guy in the stand, and he like took peanut butter and ate it out of his butt.
Oh.
And that's how he got out of jail.
First of all, who's got time to figure out who's got peanut butter? That was left over from the rape. That's what that was. They used peanut butter as lube in prison. He was just digging out rape out of his ass.
That's a good reason to keep it around. That's it. Absolutely. It prevents that.
I can see in your eyes all your Christmas work just flying out the window.
Gone. It's over. And I thought being a pagan was going to be the thing that was going to take me down. But no, it was Mr. Shit Whiskers.
It was Mr. Shit Whiskers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was that crunchy or creamy? Yeah, and then we
It was corny. It was corny.
That was a corny act, huh, folks? There you go.
You know, and they are in the heavier end of 60-year-olds.
Yeah, right.
Corny. Wasn't that corny, folks?
Wasn't that corny? Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to figure a lot of people just... They didn't even...
But they're not, you lost them anyway. You're not going to get those guys.
I just want to know what your first line...
I'm telling you, the corny...
Is it corny?
I think the corny line is going...
You're going to have to follow it up with a club joke.
Yeah.
Like, to bring it back.
Yeah, just
Wasn't
like the
corny?
standard, right? Like, he's available for children's birthday parties. You know, the standard.
No, because then they'd be like, are you running this guy's career? Are you trying to get him more
I'm his
work?
agent, yeah. Maybe that's what I would pretend I was at that point. I wouldn't even be a comic at that point. I would do a 45-minute infomercial like Louis C.K. just did for his.
No, you go out and I go, sorry about that, folks. I told him to wear a tie. We apologize.
That's good. Yeah, okay.
The dessert today is coconut cream pie with corn.
Where do you think he got it from?
First of all, that guy works in the kitchen here, and he's going through divorce.
Yeah. They're 300. They told me 280. He used 20 plates worth of cream corn. Now it's gone. So if you're short of dessert, blame Shit Whiskers.
Weddings?
Have
you gone to a wedding?
I performed at like 500 of them.
Really?
But not funerals. Yeah.
No.
I performed at a couple wakes, though. That is true.
But the weddings, how do you navigate it? Especially when, first of all, how many of those gigs are family related? A third?
Oh, yeah. Most of them. I mean, most of them are South Asian. They're Indian. They see people. So it's like they're not there.
They're blood related.
To me?
Yeah.
Or to each other?
Yeah, to you.
Me.
Have you been fucked over and said, hey, you're a comic. Why
come do this.
Susan's gonna have a 6 month marriage, and we need you to make it.
We don't want to pay for a real comedian.
Yeah.
We know this is not lasting. So
yeah, you can do announcements.
I was very adamant.
No, they smell your. No, first of all, I think you're a little bitter, and it might come across in the performance at a couple getting joined.
Yeah.
Your sarcasm, like you would be talking on the mic like you were at a grocery store.
Yeah.
Someone left their car keys on the table in the ladies' restroom.
Yep. Someone threw their keys in the tray in the McDonald's trash can.
Could someone please bring me a beer before I kill myself?
Yeah. That's what I would be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a lot of those weddings. I did them when I was single. It was painful to watch all these hot Indian women marry some douchebag. When I was single, standing there, come on, man, give me a bridesmaid. You don't get any bridesmaids.
Have you seen Wedding Crashers?
Oh yeah, multiple times.
But the problem at an Indian wedding is dad's
all
always
family.
there.
Yeah, it's all family. Their
Are you
brothers
trying
watching.
to get killed?
Yeah, no.
You get your fucking. You'll
no,
get
it's not worth
killed.
It. Not worth it. No woman's worth that.
Ceremonial dagger,
maybe
and you know everyone's got a dagger.
I know. Maybe Tiffany, 87. Maybe she's worth it.
Oh, that's very Romeo and Juliet. But in Canada, a guy stabbed to death with a ceremonial dagger at a wedding.
Oh yeah, the Kirpan, the Sikhs carry that.
Yeah, it's a real deal.
Oh yeah, that's one of the 5 things they have to wear. It's like a bracelet, the Kirpan. I forget everything what it is. But
what is the bracelet made out of? Just some like.
It's like some stainless steel or something.
Oh yes, yeah.
It's like silverish.
Yeah, some of it's brass.
Yeah.
Or gold. It's always. It looks very permanent. It's very BDSM.
You said that, not me. I'll go to
Yeah,
hell
it's
for
a
that.
very. If you go to a sex club and you see some girl kicking a guy in the balls,
Yeah.
he'll probably have one of those around his neck.
Oh yeah. Then they shrink it down.
Because it's like body jewelry. It has the ball bearings on the end.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Ball bearings.
Ball bearings,
It's all ball
and
bearings
it's all.
nowadays.
So if you took that off and threw it down on a bunch of sluts, one of them would be double fucking herself because of the two ball.
You didn't have to explain. I got it. I got it. In case you're just joining us.
I would like for you to come up and go on after my shows with a PowerPoint presentation telling everybody this is what really happened.
It would be great if we did tag teamed it and my PowerPoint were really dirty.
Yes.
Like it actually did break down what you said. Like it really was.
Well, you had medical photos
Right.
to go along with what I just
how
told
it's
them.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. How it actually is possible. And in which states it's legal.
Yeah.
In which states it's illegal.
And with a diagram, and we also offer Airbnbs for this type of lifestyle.
Yeah. That's it.
Are you going to move to Texas and give your child a proper lifestyle?
Yeah, we've talked about that because Austin is a more real place than what's not more real than Los Angeles.
Well, first of all, in the area that you told me where you lived, it's nice.
yeah, Burbank's nice.
There's plenty of families in there. I've seen a lot of kids. What's the main road that goes down to the movie theater and then you cut over to the store?
Well, there's Alameda, and then there's Riverside, and there's when you go over to the okay, so
Where the old bookstore is in the movie
Victory
theater.
and Glen Oaks and San
I'm
Fernando.
thinking of Studio City.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I
over
was
by
thinking.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah, okay, that's a Laurel Canyon.
Laurel Canyon.
Yeah. That's my old stomping grounds.
That's a great area.
Yeah, I was
too.
trying to think of a road that connects those two. I don't
was
think
in
there
the
is.
wrong neighborhood. But,
Yeah, it's okay. Laurel
I
Canyon.
enjoy it there. I always lived right off of Sunset. I lived in Echo Park for a couple years.
You're very Echo Park
Everybody said that.
or Silver Lake. I never figured out the difference.
No, I look like everybody that beat up everybody in Echo Park.
Yeah,
It was just Latino kids
except the Cholos. Yeah,
and just fucking scummy white kids, like here in Austin. Trashy white kids. They all look like they were on the road with the New York Dolls.
yeah, that it is very much. And we were talking about it's a very white city, Austin.
I know, I'm
There's
trying to
not
put a
many
stop
white
to
people
that.
there. You're trying to put a stop to that.
I'm having like
Are you limiting the number of white people who are allowed to move within the city
I
limits?
refuse to have sex with white people while I live in Austin.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can have us infiltrate
yeah. I'm
your
bringing
seed.
no one. It never really takes. I actually had
Yeah.
a girl. I said I think the condom broke, and she went into the kitchen, got an ice cream scoop, and she says, "You fix it." Put her leg up on her shoulder and 2 scoops of Raisin Bran, and I wasn't a dad. Favorite kid cereal?
Lucky Charms.
Ooh,
Because I would eat all the brown ones first,
yeah.
and then I
Lucky
would
Charms
save.
has brown.
Yeah, all the brown, not flakes, but what do you call them? The non-marshmallows. Right.
The
The-
I don't even know what Lucky Charms. It's marshmallows.
Well,
and
yeah, it's all it's
like
red
Cheerios.
Hearts. Well, yeah, they look kind of like Cheerios, but they're red hearts, orange moons, yellow. No, red hearts, orange stars, yellow moons,
Yeah.
green clovers, blue
Did
diamonds,
that
purple
get
horseshoes,
pulled?
and red balloons.
If there's anything racist about advertising, the Irish have a fucking that's a legit bone to pick.
That's true.
I love the Irish lucky guy.
Yeah, the leprechaun.
Yeah,
You can't say that word.
I can say leprechaun.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
My
You made it sound like it was
grandmother's from Cork.
Macbeth in the theater.
It was a great Count Chocula was terrifying.
Yeah, my dad used to work at General Mills, so they made Count Chocula and then
Ooh.
all the other Frankenberry.
Yeah.
Booberry. I can't
Booberry.
remember all this.
Yeah.
Wow, Booberry. So you would bring
My
those
favorite,
home.
by the way.
Lucky Charms is one of them.
Now, did you make yourself sick? My mom dated a guy that worked at a lifesaver factory. I didn't even look at lifesavers now.
Yeah, I thought this was a setup for a joke.
No.
it really worked at a Lifesavers.
Lifesaver factory was in my hometown.
Oh,
Yeah.
in Hamilton?
Yeah.
You know, I was born in Hamilton, Ohio. Were you born in Hamilton, Ontario?
Yes. Yeah,
Look at
when
that.
I
We
was
got
on
that.
stage in Edinburgh, Scotland, I said I grew up in a real shithole. It's called Hamilton, and they started laughing. They go, "We have a shithole called Hamilton."
Every country may have that. I was
that a
born in
thing?
Hamilton, Ohio. I never
Is it
thought
a
about it until
shithole?
just now. Well, if I say that, I'll be in a lot of trouble from Hamiltonians that are going to be tuning in to watch this, I'm sure.
That's hilarious, Hamiltonians. I've never heard
Hamiltonians.
anybody outside of my country say that same words.
Hamiltonians.
What's the local sports team?
It's the, so I went to Fairfield. We were the Indians. And then Hamilton was the blue. My mom taught there. What were they, Mom? The blue, I don't know, Big Blue? I don't
Big
know what
Blue.
they were.
What was their caricature? What was their mascot?
I don't know, because I didn't go to that high school. I don't know.
Oh.
I should remember
Didn't they
this.
have like I'm not a sports person.
That's my
Didn't they
mom.
have a big team?
They did.
Was there a big hockey team, football
was.
team?
Hamilton.
What's the population? Over 200,000?
No, it was probably...
Oh, fuck. That's why.
100, yeah, 70 or 80,000.
Yeah, not enough there to put you guys on the map in the world of sports.
I'm going to text right now.
Who's come from your hometown? I'll put mine against yours.
I bet you win, but I will tell you that I found this out.
Okay.
That in terms of Hamilton, Fort Hamilton Youth Hospital, Tom Segura was born at my hospital.
Oh, no way.
I've never met Tom, but
Yeah.
let's put that out there. I want to meet Tom Segura for that reason. That
Tom
apparently
is
we were
living here.
born-
I think Christina's got some shows at the Paramount Theater here
stateside?
next week.
Oh, yeah.
So Tom from Ohio.
So, okay,
Red
you want to go?
Band's
Are we
from
going
Ohio.
Cincinnati or are we going Ohio? I'll win Ohio. Ohio's
Let's go
got a lot
Ohio.
of famous people. Okay, well, Cincinnati alone.
Drew Carey?
Yeah, that's Cleveland.
Yeah.
Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
We established that one.
Yeah, too great. Drew was very nice to me. He brought me down to The Price is Right.
No way.
Yeah, he totally did.
Yeah, I went to the set. It's pretty cool. We
It's
had the
very
same
cool.
manager for a while.
Yeah, he had seen me perform at the Improv.
Yeah.
And I was giddy that he was there. I was like,
Yeah.
it's fucking cool.
Yeah. Cleveland rocks.
And I had nothing to do with his. I completely forgot about his successes on The Price is Right. I've been
Yeah.
detached from that show since Bob Barker had left. Get
Bob
your
Barker.
pet spayed and neutered.
Rod Roddy. Before that, the guy who hosted, he was from Hamilton, so the city where I was born. He was Ray Combs. He came out and he hosted Family Feud, and then he killed himself.
Oh, no
That's
way.
true. Yeah, it's a true story. Speaking of comedian funerals, it's not really that
What
funny.
was it related? Mental health or?
Yeah, mental health. He was the comedian with mental
Yeah.
challenges.
Yeah.
The one guy.
Louis Anderson did fine. Did he just die
He
recently?
just
too?
died
Yeah.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Yeah, of course he's a legend. I met him at the Laugh Factory. I couldn't believe it. I was talking to Louis Anderson.
Yeah, and he was.
Baskets.
Was he standing?
He was standing, but it looked the same if he was lying down. He was quite large.
Yeah, he's a round guy.
Oh,
and
man, he's
Baskets
rotund.
was amazing.
Baskets was good.
That might be
was
his
also
swan
Zach,
song, right?
Yeah, his swan song. It's a good way of putting it.
I was totally blown away on the first of all, Zach and Louis together just
Yeah.
in a room is so interesting.
Yeah, it is.
You got some very out of the box thinkers.
Yeah, that's like having Robert Smigel. Who are the other people?
I met
from,
Robert Smigel.
No way.
I did. I don't mean to brag.
Brag.
But Robert Smigel.
Of course, yeah. You saw how my
I was
eyebrows jumped up.
mocked because out of every people that were in the room, somebody goes Robert, and the people I was with, I go Smigel, and they go yeah, and I go oh shit, and they're like no one gives a shit.
Oh,
she
comics
goes
go.
Robert. Anyway, this is when Tom Green hosted.
Oh, comics care. Yeah, Smigel's God for us.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
From Cincinnati, Steven Spielberg.
Oh,
That's kind of lights camera. That's kind of lights out. Ohio's just general, like Clark Gable, Paul Newman.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's not from there, but he lives there.
Yeah.
So I
He's
don't
from
know.
DC, but
He's from
he's
DC,
been in
yeah.
Ohio. He walks around Ohio.
Yeah, Yellow Springs. He's been there like 30 years. Some crazy thing. Long time. A lot of other Ohioans. I don't know. I did a whole video called "I Am Ohioan." You can attach it to this.
Yeah.
And it lists every famous person from there. So give me your list now. After I spiked the football,
Yours
you're
was-
like I was a
I gave
dick.
you
I was
the-
actually just joking.
I gave you the whole state. Where I'm going to talk just
Give me
from
all
my
of
hometown.
Ontario. Okay.
Oh, I can do Ontario.
Okay. Now that's big. That's a whole province, right?
SCTV.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, all those guys. It was all of SNL. Lorne Michaels. All those
Jim
fools.
Carrey.
Yeah.
Howie Mandel.
Fred Willard? No, Fred Willard's Ohio. Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel. Martin Short and Eugene Levy are from my hometown.
Lights out. That's it.
That's it. Eugene Levy and Martin Short.
I watched Waiting for
And
Milkman.
I can only get away with that move is because you're older too.
Yeah. Oh, no,
And
but
you know,
Eugene Levy is, I mean, still, even
John
Schitt's
Candy.
Creek. Yeah, John
Jim
Candy.
Carrey, Mike Myers,
Yeah. This is huge.
Leslie Nielsen.
This is all Hamilton, or this is all Toronto?
This is the Golden Horseshoe.
Okay.
So that's around Lake Ontario.
Okay.
All the way.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Golden Horseshoe.
Okay. That was not in Lucky Charms.
The largest freshwater lake in the world. Highly toxic.
Why is it toxic?
The steel mill's been pumping, and I'm just saying that as a doctor. The local
well established.
factories have been poisoning that water for 50 years.
It's one of the 5 Great Lakes.
Yeah. Largest freshwater lake in the world.
So it's larger than Superior? Or Superior
I don't know.
saltwater?
I don't think. No, it can't be saltwater.
Hey, they're all
I can
freshwater
hear
lakes.
Canadians screaming right
Yeah,
now.
'cause
How could you not know what the water's like?
I think it's Superior is the largest, but I don't know. You maybe in Canada, I don't know.
Well, it's in the title. Superior, the Superior
it's gotta
Lake.
be. Yeah, and then I think it's Michigan, and then
It's beautiful there.
Yeah, then I think it's I don't know. Ontario?
You fish,
then
don't
Huron,
you?
Then Erie.
Do you fish?
You know, I have no Erie, then Huron. I have never. So one of my other I've nevers. I've never been fishing
Okay.
or skiing or water skiing.
How do you swim?
I can
Poorly?
swim pretty well.
Yeah.
I can swim pretty well. I'm a weak guy. So
Why?
I don't have much physical strength. So how fast can I swim? Probably not that fast.
But you're not unable. You
No.
don't have a spine injury. You move
I
very
don't.
freely.
I do. Luckily, I do
You
not.
don't have like goiters and
Gouts.
Yeah, no.
No.
So you're just kind of
Although
like
just G, but that G does not stand for goiter.
no.
It'd be a weird shirt if it were the Goiter and Gout Club.
What do you exercise at all?
What is it?
You said you eat
50
anything.
push-ups a day, 100 sit-ups a day, and then 20 minutes of cardio.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in decent shape.
Yeah.
I went to the batting cages and I swung for 45 minutes, and I did not feel sore the next day.
Yeah.
But you've maintained yourself pretty well.
I've done all right.
Yeah,
I've
you're in
done
pretty
all
good
right.
shape, especially for a comic.
Oh, for sure.
You and
as
Louis
many
Anderson, pretty big difference.
yeah. Some comics are not even 30 yet, and their bodies are disasters.
We passed some of them on the way here.
I totally did.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 of them or 6 of them, I couldn't really tell.
It's hard from the shadows, right?
Yeah, right.
When
We tripped over them.
I tripped over the hot dog.
Yeah.
It's
large.
some people don't age well. You know, is your wife older
It's a good thing
or
about
younger?
being ugly, then you don't worry about aging.
No.
Doesn't matter.
You
Doesn't make a
just-
difference.
you're just hideous
You're just
all the
hideous,
time.
Always. You had nothing to lose. My wife is my age, which is a surprise to most people because she looks much younger than I do. And I look pretty good for a 46-year-old,
Yeah.
I think. But she looks amazing she's not quite my age, but I think she looks good for
Canadian girls age well.
maybe that's what it is. She's a Torontan.
Yeah. A Torontan?
What do they call them? Torontans? Torontinos?
Torontonians.
Like Hamiltonian?
Yeah, Torontonians.
Torontonians.
I think
like
so.
the Quebecois. Isn't that what they call them?
But between Justin Bieber and Drake, this city's been renamed multiple times by those two.
The ones who built Toronto. Well, Russell's right in there, right?
Russell's in there, but he hasn't had a hit song.
Yeah. He needs to be like Eddie Murphy, where he can be a comic and have a massive hit song.
I don't like Canadian celebrities. It's a weird one. There are just only American celebrities that got popular in Canada.
Who?
The Canadians that get like Justin Bieber.
Oh, Justin Bieber, who is a Canadian, got popular in America.
Yeah.
Okay, as always.
And then
like
turned
Rush and
became
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Brian Adams.
Yeah.
And guys like that. Yeah.
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, he was my idol.
Right?
Family Ties. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that just because of what happened to Cosby, but I was always more Family Ties than Cosby Show. I loved that show.
I watched the Cosby Show to see what the latest fashions were going to look like that year.
Oh, that's smart. See, I was following Alex B. Keaton. I should have been.
That was about.
You wouldn't have forgotten to wear a tie.
It was as white as I could go, and but then I loved like Sanford and Son.
Oh yeah, I have
Like
my
all that-
You Big Dummy. That shirt. I
Yeah,
should have worn
Red
that.
Fox is one of my all-time heroes
Of
for
course,
sure.
man. These party records were probably your
I love it.
Your foreplay.
It sounds it's totally
Yeah.
my foreplay. When I heard those type of albums, and then Dice is the Day the Laughter Died. How do you recreate some magic
Dice
like
Man
that?
cometh. My gosh. Boy,
He
did
was here.
ever.
He had Ball's palsy. Did his show, fucking like a pro. like a pro.
We were talking about this, you and I, that there are so few comics who've sold out stadiums, arenas.
Yeah.
And he's one of them.
Yeah, living.
Living, yeah.
Living, yeah.
I think they're all living. I don't know if anyone's died. Well, I guess Pryor, I don't know if Pryor sold out stadiums.
Most mature stadium comedian here?
Steve Martin?
Never dead. When was the last time he did stadium?
Oh, no,
I mean,
no, still working. Still working.
Yeah.
Well, maybe like you were saying, Gabriel Iglesias. You had mentioned him.
Yeah.
Russell Peters.
Joe
Rogan. Who's older than that? Like earlier generation?
Yeah, Sebastian. We were talking about.
Is selling out stadiums. I mean, we're talking about like 15,000 plus.
Yeah, I'm going to even go as low as anything over 10,000.
Yeah.
I know that they're all between, if there's anything that's close to 10, is at least 20. Or
Right.
15 they sell, and there's about 5,000 empty behind the stage.
And you're right, yeah, because they have the way they drape it. But that's what's insane is stand-up comedy is the only profession where people will come hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
That's just stuff you thought of. You don't have a guitar.
No.
You don't have a band. People will go to watch that many people to watch someone play basketball in the CBA or the NBA. They don't watch you talk.
Yeah.
With nothing. They're not singing, you're not dancing.
Oh. And
that's crazy.
Your overhead is your tour manager,
right?
Your assistant, your opening act, and your itinerary.
The guy who shows up and said, "Folks, he was supposed to wear a tie."
Yeah, that guy. And when you're in a band, that's 30 people.
Yeah,
doing stadium gigs. What Metallica's probably got 60 trailers.
I did a gig in New York, and the guy who was doing the green room stuff, he goes, "Your writer is more strict than Metallica's." I'm like, "You're kidding." He goes, "Your list of things that you need."
Your writer?
Yeah. I go,
what's your writer look like?
It's not that nuts. I was like, he goes,
"How many things are on your writer?
How many cubes of sugar they need in their tea? You put that in your writer."
You did?
Yeah.
Do you like details?
Very detailed.
Yeah, but you do corporate stuff. That's mandatory.
They want that. Yeah, they want it all. You know the reason that people put, this, but for the people, why it's green M&Ms or whatever, it's because they know if they hit that, then they hit everything else. Yeah.
Totally. It's a kind of way of checking the to-do list without asking.
Yes, exactly.
If you guys are on the fucking ball.
Yeah. Did you really do it?
So me just saying water and whores.
Yeah, but then you get into a whole thing of like, are these whores paid in dollars, Canadian dollars? Do they take crypto, Bitcoin?
I cut my own hole. They have to pay. I'm not paying for it.
Also, do you cut your own hole? And also, what if they do stuff for free they're not charging you for? Right, the rusty trombone, the hot lunch, and you haven't paid. They're not whores then because you have to pay. There needs to be a conversion chart.
I need to see the eyes before I go. The grocery list of hell.
Yes,
is a person-to-person case. I'm not going to put anything through somebody that that's going to hurt their feelings.
Right.
I want somebody who's showing up for the log fathering. Or ever use a shildo. You ever use a shildo?
No, but I just figured out what it is before you finish saying the word.
No, because you know the language.
I do. I know the Rousean word.
The log fathering.
The arousal. That should be the name of your podcast.
I do actually have a call-in sex hotline called Arousal.
Oh, you do?
No.
You should.
No.
I was going to say you should. You should trademark that.
I want to have people talk them through their sexual experiences while they're having them.
Oh, that'd be good. Like live, like Color Man and play-by-play.
What are those things where people talk into the microphone?
ASMR, is that what it's called?
SMR?
ASMR?
ASMR, but sex stuff. So I'm a sex coach, but I do it during the intercourse. Hamilton
High School mascot. My mom did not know it, by the way, and she taught there for 36 years. She knows everything.
Has your mother ever done cocaine?
I do not think so. But you know what? You can't say no because how am I supposed to know?
Not to mention Bulldogs? In the 80s, in the 70s.
Bulldogs. They were the Hamilton Bulldogs.
That's my hometown hockey team.
No kidding. So we both are from Hamilton, and we both have Bulldogs for mascots.
Yeah. Hamilton Bulldogs hockey team, Hamilton.
Sue Dam. She said, ask Sue Dam.
Is your Bulldogs football or baseball?
They were everything. The Bulldogs then, I think, were every single thing, just like the Indians where I was from. They were everything. They were the number one baseball team in the nation.
What did they steal the Indians and National Baseball Association Indian.
Yeah,
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
East Indian.
Yeah. It was literally an Indian with the feathers and the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I guess I did not grow up in a very racist town because no one made that connection to me until I was like in 11th grade.
But
like,
you're
why
not,
don't you be
you're
the
not
mascot?
an
You're
Indian feather.
No, I'm Indian dot. But
Yeah.
close. It's still the same word.
You sound more racist than I possibly could be.
I know, because I
What do
always
you
thought of
mean it's the
myself as
same?
Indian, and they're Indians.
Yeah, but you're not. You're Asian. You're not even Indian.
Well, I mean, I'm
Who
Indian.
doesn't know their words?
I don't know. Well,
That's
I'm
what white people
confused.
said
Yeah.
to Asian people when they got there. Said,
Yeah.
I guess this is Indians.
Yeah, and they're just like, wait, what? They just took it.
Yeah, well, first of all, they didn't care what they were being called
No.
until they started documenting it. We
Yeah.
found Indians.
Yeah, then we wrote it down.
Yeah.
And then moved them westward, and then way westward.
Yeah,
and
they're
then
like,
even more
they're
westward.
buying.
Yeah.
They're buying everything.
Yeah.
They're buying everything.
Even though you can't own land.
Yet, they're saying, let them play with the Indian things. Because they came for the spice.
Yeah, they were trying to get to India. That
I've-
stuff tastes good.
I've walked through Brick Lane in London, and I know where all the food went.
They say the best Indian food in the world is in London.
And
even
Brick
better
Lane,
than in India.
Brick Lane,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're aggressive. I don't know what it's like in India, but those fuckers at the front door, hey, come. They got the menus all up front. Everything's it's a big thing, and they all taste amazing.
I don't have that kind of confidence to bark like that, to bark for my own comedy show. Like, I'm not that funny. I can't yank people in to watch me do comedy.
That's a full blown. This is our neighborhood.
Yeah, right. You're going to eat here.
We know why you're here.
Yeah.
We know we can smell it too.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to wait for you to hum and ha.
Yeah.
So
Just
you
get
go
in
forward.
here.
Just get in. Just
And let's
get
go.
in.
Let's eat.
They don't even look at you. You got the
Yeah.
arm like this, just like
Yeah.
you're already holding the guy's hand going in.
You're like, all right, fine. If he's going to say that for us.
Yeah.
It's like in California, where it's the only state where I've seen where people are switching lanes. The passenger will put his hand out the window
Yeah.
to be like, hey, move. And you do, because you're just a hand telling
And
you to
I
stop.
would go, and I remember specifically.
That's funny you say that. I will say Pacifically.
Yeah,
Pacifically.
Okay,
In
I thought I was
California.
wrong.
Yeah.
Pacifically.
Yeah. Let me down the bike.
Distinctly remembering sitting in an empty restaurant there and going, I think I either made the best decision or the worst decision because it was empty.
Yeah.
And I knew that it was off. It was 2:00 in the afternoon
Yeah,
on a
closed.
Monday. I could be getting hit or miss on this, and every time I could tell it was fucking fresh.
Yeah.
They just cooked it.
Yeah.
And it is steaming. I just smoked a joint earlier, so now I got the munchies. I
Yeah.
got like flavors dancing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Texas, love it. Got a lot of different things going on here.
It does. And with that,
Yeah.
I got to get going.
You got to go.
Because I'm gonna get in trouble. I told my wife I'm gonna be home.
I understand that. Normally, I would keep you here strapped to a chair, but I know you have a young baby.
I do. 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, whatever he is by now.
And what do you think about in about 10 years when your son is scrolling through whatever is the internet at that point and sees this interview? What could you tell your son 10 years from now?
I told him to wear a tie.
Thanks for watching. Where can people find you on the social media? Where can you get people book you for a wedding?
Thanks for asking, Jason Arousal. It is at Funny Indian on Instagram and YouTube and everywhere else. So, the dot, not the feathers, as we covered. So at Funny Indian.
Thanks for being on the show.
We would like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be